Hello, and welcome back. Alright, so last time we started up Chapter 3, which included the introduction of Geist, the character that I that I least want to refight from the demo. Because his fight is very, very annoying. Hopefully I'll have a little better ability to revive my own characters when I do it, though.
And that brings the 48th Sacred Flower Festival of Florum to a close. Thanks to all who took part, and take care on your way home, everyone.
Well, today's just been full of surprises.
I was quite taken aback as well, if not entirely displeased with the outcome.
Excusez-moi, vous avez une minute?
Oui, qu'est-ce que c'est?
So you do understand me?
Yes, I do. But who are you?
He's speaking Magnolia's language. But how? Could he also be...
I beg your pardon. I didn't mean to startle you. I couldn't help but overhear your remarks on stage. You were speaking the language of the Sagitta.
The who, what?
The Sagitta. We are a humble tribe, but one with a mission. Defeat the destroyer from the heavens, Baal. We live deep within the forest of Florum, far from the eyes of the people.
Oh, la vache! You also battled the Balls?
Yes. Since my father's time, my father's fathers, and all who came before me. We live in isolation, so that the technology we wield against our enemy does not fall into the wrong hands. Interaction with the outside world is kept to a minimum. So you can imagine my surprise to hear you speaking the Sagitta tongue. Tell me, how did you come to know it?
That's what I wanted to ask you. This is my language, the language of the moon.
What's this you say? You come from the moon? This is quite the turn of events. If you would, pray come and speak with our elder. Surely you have questions for us as well. What do you say?
An exchange of information?
Right. You can tell us about the moon, and we can tell you about that beam of light, for instance.
Oh.
You!
I heard him. Now we have to go.
But
Yep.
what if the Empire comes pounding on Florum's door again?
I'll speak with the matriarch about shoring up the city's defenses. In the meantime, count on me to watch over Florum.
You're
Okay.
the best, Altinus. All right, monsieur. Will you show us the way to your village?
But of course, if you would just lend me your map, mademoiselle,
Magnolia. Enchanté.
moi de même. I am Lotus, engineer of the Sagitta.
Gracious me, what an outrage! Can I not even eat dessert in peace?
I thought 4 servings of cake was enough, ma'am. Now, if you please.
Of course, I'm just so busy with everyone pulling me in every direction. I'm starting to get motion sickness. Well then, what's on the agenda for today?
Now then, your inspection of the Twilight Ruins and the feasibility study for the new school.
Oh, no! An inspection and that blasted study? There would need to be 2 of me to do it all. They've worked me to the bone, I
Yeah,
say.
that's a lot of cake.
Bone! It's exploitation, that's what it is. They think they're going to dump all this work on me? Alone? Ah, I think not. You there!
Huh?
I hereby name you Florum's Interim Superintendent of Education, effective immediately. Hetty, do see that all the necessary paperwork is filed.
Yes, ma'am.
Super
Petty steady.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Now that that's taken care of, since I am so passionate about Luxembourg's cultural heritage, I will go to the ruins. While you survey people about the new school, your stocky little legs look well suited to tromping about the town, at least. Chop chop!
Hold on, lady. I don't know you from a bowl of gravy, but
Shush, shush, shush! Zip those lips and move those hooves. Oh, don't worry, dear. Everyone is nervous their first time. Take heart. I believe in you. We'll be taking our leave then. I'll be waiting for your report.
Yes, ma'am.
My word, what a powerful figure. She's like a force of nature.
Just wait a minute. I still don't even know who any of you people are.
The esteemed personage you just met is Miss Ursula U. DeWitt, Chancellor of Education from our campus. I am Hetty Steady, one of her administrative assistants. A pleasure to meet you.
And what is this job she just dumped on me?
Chancellor DeWitt has delegated to you the vital task of overseeing all matters of education here in Florum.
It's an honor, Superintendent Lee.
Yeah, how much does it pay?
Who's that?
I would like
We're
that.
in the world, aren't we now?
I had no idea you were so passionate about education, Nydia.
She's not.
Laugh all you want, guys. Let's just get this over with. What am I supposed to survey or whatever?
The All-Campus Ministry of Education is planning to open a new academy right here in Florum. We are conducting a thorough survey of the populace to determine what sort of school might best serve their needs.
That sounds pretty vague.
A religious one.
Can't you just give me like a yes or no question?
Indeed. Let us start with the question of whether or not the campus should be co-educational.
Okay, so I'll find out if people want one school for everyone or separate schools for girls and boys. Then I'm done, right?
Not exactly. We already did a preliminary survey, the results being 10 in support of a co-educational system, 10 in support of single-sex education, and 40 with no particular preference.
If you already did the survey, then what do you need me for? Okay. So what should I do? Find out more about the co-ed supporters and naysayers?
That would be a suitable place to start. The leaders of each faction are both teachers here in town. We would appreciate it if you could listen to their arguments and render a decision. Will you speak with them?
I don't see what choice I've got. Lead the way.
I'd be delighted to, if you would just follow me to the city's upper level. That is where we will find the leader of the anti-co-ed faction, one Ms. Rhea Veeling.
Revealing? Really?
Stand with us against co-education! Don't allow these outsiders to come in and muddy our good morals! Take a stand against co-education!
I mean, honestly,
So
for
that's the leader
this
of the group
town,
that
I
wants
would
separate education?
I would think separate education would
That
be
is
the better
correct.
idea.
Ms. Rhea Veeling. She may come from academia, but many say she has political aspirations.
What's
Especially
with the dowdy
considering-
old dribble, eh? No one wants to see you out here, you saggy old hag.
Okay. For this town, considering only women are allowed to live here, I would assume that co-education would be a bad idea. But really? Mr. Sweaty Tracksuit. Really? The auto caption did a great job there.
This is the era of gender equality. Co-education is the only way to the future.
Equal opportunities for men and women. One school for men and women.
And that's the leader for the co-ed supporters?
Quite so. Mr. Sweaty Tracksuit. He was hired just this spring as an interim physical education instructor.
That mask looks awfully familiar.
Yeah, it's from the Eternian Forces.
There you are, and in that grubby tracksuit no less. Today's the day we win this debate once and for all.
Dream on. Just you try with those old-fashioned ideals of yours.
Huh, it
would seem your awareness of the times is rivaled only by your impeccable fashion sense.
Look, Forum isn't just for women any longer. Haven't you heard of the Equal Rights Act? It's the law, you old bag!
So men and women have equal rights. Why should that mean they have to study together, Men and women are different, and there's no denying that. Why should they have to do everything exactly the same way?
Oh, come off it! What's so different about us?
We wear different clothing, we show our emotions differently, we even use different toilets. It's like comparing this impeccable couture skirt of mine to a stinky, threadbare tracksuit.
Her arguments are generally really bad. There is a good reason to school them separately, but her arguments are all really awful.
Just shows what you know. I bet my tracksuit costs more than your entire outfit, and it actually covers my legs.
And the whole world thanks you for that. Some sights can never be unseen after all. Anyhow, there is simply no reason why girls and boys should have to study together. Why, even if we were to adopt your proposal, the female-to-male ratio would be nearly 70-1. So why don't we just set up a boys' school in some big, stinky swamp somewhere? I dare say you'd be right at home.
Why, you nasty old... Ugh. You expect boys to enjoy that kind of school life? Where's the passion? The romance?
Passion? Romance? A school is a place for education, for study.
Ha! Shows what you know. Romance might be the single most important part of a student's life. Young boys and girls sitting across from each other in the classroom, stealing glances. That's all a part of education. The bittersweet taste of first love is what being young is all about. Not that an old maid like you would know anything about that.
Oh! Who are you calling an old maid? I think I've heard enough. I'd better stop this before they sink any lower with their insults.
Wow. Sweaty tracksuit is very...
Could I have a minute of your time?
Well, you're Idiot Lee!
I thought I knew that mask.
Aye, ma'am. Sweaty tracksuit, formerly of the Eternian Sky Knights, at your service.
I do remember your mask, but I'm afraid that's all I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. It's only natural. I left the Sky Knights 2 years ago due to an injury, and returned to my home to help out. That's when I went back to school, you see. Last year, I finally got my teacher's license. It was a dream come true.
And that's when you came to Florum?
That's right. If I may ask, what brings you here, ma'am?
Something entirely
Miss Lee
unrelated.
is Florum's new superintendent of education. She's here to make an important decision about the new school.
Oh, amazing! Daughter of the Grand Marshal, Knights Captain of the Ducal Guard, and now a superintendent, too!
Superintendent Lee.
Would you give it a rest, Tiz? So, why are you so gung-ho about co-education? What drove you to be the leader of this movement?
I guess I just wanted to make this new school into something like the Sky Knights.
Like the Sky Knights?
Yes, ma'am. In the Sky Knights, I served alongside both men and women. Everyone laughing and working together. Sure, we didn't always see eye to eye. Sometimes we even came to blows. But we were always there for each other. I want every young person to be able to experience that kind of camaraderie. That's my real dream. I've even thought of a name for the new school. How about the Florum Academy of Passion and Pedagogy?
How about no?
That's certainly a name.
I like it! The Florum School of Burning Passion and Pecs.
That's Barras.
What in the world?
Greetings, little friend. It's been far too long, I'd say.
Hello,
what was your
Barras.
name again?
Tracksuit, sir. Sweaty tracksuit. I was under your direct command, sir.
Oh, ho, ho! And if it ain't Idia, how you been, girlie?
Not looking forward to
Great.
fighting you again.
Thanks, Barras.
What an imposing friend you have, Idia. Aren't you going to introduce us?
He was one of the helmsmen of the Sky Knights, a main division of the Eternian forces.
That's right! Feast your eyes on this! You're looking at the legendary warrior, Barras Lair!
Barras Lair, the beast in the ring, holder of the Monk Asterisk. He served briefly alongside Idia in their time as members of the Eternian Sky Knights. A born brawler who lives for the sound of flesh hitting flesh. He has a rugged charm, despite his coarse and vulgar nature. By what strange trick of fate do your paths cross anew?
So, what are y'all standing around here yammering about, huh? Let me in on the action.
Would you be willing to join the cause, sir? We could definitely use your support.
I really don't get what you're so worked up about, but you just want me to say I'm on your side, right? That good?
What? Yes, sir. To elaborate, the Sky Knights inspired me to create a learning environment unbound by traditional notions of gender and...
Yeah, sounds good. I'll leave the pesky details to you, kid.
He has no clue and he
I'm
doesn't
on your
care.
side. Whatever it is you want to do. Bet you're feeling pretty lucky right about now, huh? Who wouldn't? I'm planning to stick around town for a while, so give a holler if you need me. See ya, tracksuit.
Why do I get the feeling he has no idea what he just agreed to?
Because
I have
it's
a bad
true.
feeling about all this. Again.
Well,
Again.
Superintendent Lee, shall we go hear what Miss Veeling has to say next?
Sure.
But you're Idia Lee! Oh, and after I'd gone to such lengths to hide my past in the Duchy's armed forces.
Oh, we didn't know that.
I'll confess, you forced it out of me. I know you've come all this way to track me down.
No, that's really not.
3 years ago, I came with the Blood Rose Legion to corrupt
Thought
this
so.
nation and its people. True, I was only following orders, but still, I knew I had to do something to atone for my crimes, and so
Oh, I get
dedicated
it. She
myself
was
to
one of the...
education. Yes, with this. Education for the educationally challenged. Get your teaching license in just 30 days with our patented method. I studied until I sweat blood, and finally, I became a teacher in this country. Florum is a heavenly nation indeed, full of natural beauty and blessed with a sensitive and gentle-hearted citizenry. I want to preserve its beauty and harmony for generations to come. That is why I teach the girls here as I do.
Such noble resolve. Yes, it has touched me to my core.
Einheria?
Oh,
Thought so.
Einheria?
Einheria Venus, unrelenting warrior and holder of the Valkyrie Asterisk, eldest of the Venus sisters, and part of the Blood Rose Legion with whom Idia and her friends did battle. Having studied the sword under the same master, she is more than a match for Idia in strength of both body and will. By what strange trick of fate do your paths cross anew?
Well, did she just jump out of the sky? I take it this is another of your acquaintances, Idia?
I'm afraid so. The Valkyrie Einheria Venus. We studied together under Master Kami Izumi. What are you doing back here in Florum?
Why, for my training, of course. Why else?
Ever the model warrior. Don't you ever relax?
Commander Einheria!
Yes? You were one of my soldiers, weren't you, Miss,
Revealing! It was my pleasure to serve, ma'am.
Your efforts on this nation's behalf. They have made a deep impression on me. Seeing your deeds makes me proud to call myself your former commander.
The honor is mine.
So let me get this straight. To preserve Florum's beauty and harmony, you think boys and girls should be taught separately?
Precisely. I would not deny men equal rights. But why should boys and girls have to learn together?
Miss Lee here is the acting superintendent of education. If you have an opinion about the new school, please share it.
I believe I've made my feelings clear. Oh, but I have thought of a possible name for the school. What would you think of this? St. Floria's Academy for Girls!
Yeah, that'll make boys feel real welcome.
A fine name. Elegant and dignified.
Well,
I
sure,
wish I'd thought
you
of
can
it
do
myself.
that, and then
We
have a
must
second
do
one
whatever
for
we
boys.
can to see that your ideas are
something
heard.
different.
The future of this nation's educational system is at stake.
Yes, ma'am.
It looks like we'll be seeing a lot of each other from now on, Einheria. It's good to have you on our side. Till we meet again, comrades!
No, wait!
Now then, Miss Lee, you have heard both sides' opinions.
Well, that's why I have my
What
poll.
is your decision?
Just
If
go
it's
ahead and vote on the
okay,
poll,
I'd like to make my
and you
report
can,
directly to the Chancellor.
Certainly,
You
Miss
tell
Lee.
me which one to do.
Chancellor Duet is currently visiting the Twilight Ruins. You will find her in the Western Village there. I trust you will think things over very carefully before rendering your decision.
So, Idia, I understand you studied the sword with Einheria. But what about this Barras person? He's from Eternia too, we? Yeah. How many years ago was it when we first met? I remember it was just after I joined Master's school. That winter, Eternia was full of talk of an abominable snowman. Supposedly it was prowling the western corridor and ambushing unwary travelers. So I decided to go and deal with it myself. How old were you then? 10? 12? Old enough to handle a sword, I can say that.
What? Nobody tried to stop you?
Sure, they tried, but I was having none of it. I even convinced Alternus to come with me.
Convinced? Or forced?
Anyway, we headed straight for the western corridor.
Anyway.
But Einheria caught us before we got there. She'd been sent to bring me back. Alternus tried to help me get away, but Einheria got the jump on him, and my little game was over. Oh, you should have heard me whine. Einheria couldn't wait to get me back to town. But after all the running around and chasing, we were pretty exhausted, all three of us. That's when the blizzard hit. The world turned white. We could barely see, and then a giant figure slowly emerged.
The abominable snowman!
He knocked out Einheria before she knew what hit her. Alternus moved to protect me, but soon he too was on the ground, unconscious. Then it was my turn. I don't know how much time passed. I awoke inside a cave, warmed by a small campfire. When I looked around me, I saw Einheria on the ground, and also Alternus, battered and beaten. Then I heard the thud of heavy footsteps, and a giant shadow loomed across the cave wall.
The abominable snowman!
I knew it had come to eat us, but I didn't even have the strength to stand. I trembled in terror as the giant slowly turned and bared its gruesome fangs at me.
Yikes!
She's enjoying telling the story.
Then, I passed out again. Several days later, I was kneeling on the floor in fencing class, getting a real dressing down from Master. Father had already given me a spanking I wouldn't soon forget. It still stings just thinking about it.
Wow, so, you made it out alive?
Well, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here telling you the story, would I?
Well, so, what happened to the, abominable snowman?
Let me guess. It was actually Barras, right?
Yep.
What? Barras was the abominable snowman?
Don't be silly. Sir Heinkel had ordered Barras to chase the monster away.
Okay.
That's a relief. But there really was an abominable snowman?
Kind of. As it turned out, it was just an ice golem that had escaped captivity.
Fair enough.
It had knocked us out before we could get a good look at it. But Barras showed up and drove it off before it could do any real damage.
Huh. Then after, in the cave...
It was Barras who carried us there, to keep us warm and treat our wounds.
So the second time you passed out, that was Barras?
Yeah, that really cheesed him off. I just grinned at you and you conked out like I was some hulking beast, he said. I guess it hurt his feelings or something. Maybe he's more sensitive than he looks. Every time he saw me, every time, he'd bring up how I fainted at the sight of him. Anyway, he and Alternus ended up as good friends. And
Really?
Einheria joined Master's school to study the spear. I guess you could say it was the abominable snowman who brought us all together. Anyhow, those two are impossible to talk to. Stubborn as behemoths, the both of them.
What was it they say? Birds of a feather?
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Nice.
Magnificent! Absolutely astounding! Oh, and so well preserved! Yes, I can see no reason not to register these ruins as Luxembourg's 3,867th Cultural Heritage Site!
Why do you have so many?
Just as you say, ma'am, you've been so enthusiastic in your duties, nominating every ruin of any possible cultural significance. Why, you've registered so many sites that not being registered has also become a mark of prestige and culture. Yes, I'd say that this would be a perfect 3,867th Cultural Heritage Site. Nice and tidy and compact, and boring.
Yes, I know it all already. No need to preach to the choir, darling. Let's zip those lips.
Excuse me?
Hello, and who might you be, little girl? That is Miss Idia Lee, ma'am.
Prima Proppa.
The young lady that you recently named Superintendent of Education in Florum.
Oh, of course! Yes! I had not forgotten, dear. I simply didn't recognize her face at first. And what is the superintendent here for, Oh, wait, I remember. Yes, that's it. She was to investigate whether the new academy in Florum should be co-educational or not.
Precisely, ma'am.
Yes, of course. I am so on top of things, it's frightening. Now, let us hear your opinion, Superintendent. Shall we separate boys and girls in the new school or not? Let's have it out of you. No dawdling.
Well, you see,
Enough waffling! Are you trying to vex me, you vexing vixen? Can't you make a simple decision?
Hang in there, Idia. Take as much time as you need, Idia. After all, your choice is probably going to drag us into a battle against the losing faction.
Yeah.
You think so too? That's what I've been dreading.
Yeah, that's been the way this has been going. We've fought enough of these that she should know that. All right, separate schooling is the way to go. Yep, that's why I'm waiting until it finishes. Done.
Florum's new school should keep students separated by gender.
And your reasons,
It's true that Florum has established an equal rights law. Men and women can both make their homes here. And the Sacred Flower Festival isn't just some beauty contest for girls anymore. Now both genders can compete, with their inner beauty.
Yes! And doesn't all this support the idea of boys and girls learning together?
It's not that simple. Change takes time. You can't just throw away years of tradition like yesterday's leftovers. Look, Florum used to be a haven for women and women alone.
Then the duchy showed up and the nation was thrown into chaos. Finally, that ugly period of history is over, and peaceful days have returned. Florum can't afford to...
Heaven, you say? A future where boys
Yes.
and girls study together, laughing and crying and falling in and out of love. That would be true heaven!
That was quick. I'm still talking here, okay?
What was that? Huh? You looking for a fight? Or maybe a fight's looking for you?
Mr. Lear, did you hear what she just said? Superintendent Lee is proposing that the new school should be segregated by gender.
She did now? Well, that's a bad thing, right?
Of course it's a bad thing. If boys and girls aren't allowed to study together, then
they'll actually
all
be
the
focused
awesome
on their
manly words
studies.
Like burning and passion and pecs will be cut from the school's name.
What? You'd go that far? Oh, that's low, even for a girl.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Lower than low. That's why we have to stop her, even if it comes to fisticuffs.
Sounds about right to me.
Defeat Barras and you'll obtain the Monk Asterisk. Note that you will not receive the Valkyrie Asterisk. Choose wisely. Yeah, well, Valkyrie got a major debuff in this game, so I'm not really put out about that. Valkyrie, launch hit-and-run leaping attacks. Take to the skies and come down to unleash devastating attacks on groups of foes. Monk, a brute strength attacker who doesn't need a weapon to deal massive punishment to individual foes. Sorry, Barras, my vote is for tradition.
All right then, but I'm putting my money on these muscles right here. Yeah! I'm the holder of the Monk Asterisk! You got that? Barras Lair! Here to wipe the floor with ya! Yeah!
That's not necessarily the case. I know that you is a freelancer right now, and he's really not that strong. But I need to do it anyway. Alright. We have Barras and Mr. Tracksuit against us. Neither of them are weak to anything. Mr. Tracksuit has quite a lot of health, honestly. I'm gonna take down him. I only have two of one thing, of course. Okay, fine. Heat missed. And then Heat Wall. Tiz. Tiz gets the fantastic status of healing everyone. Ooh, I got bare knuckles off of him.
Yippee! It's my time to shine!
goes Mr. Tracksuit.
For you.
Oh, good, I preserved it. Okay. Just barely.
Let's give him all we've got!
There we go. Yeah, him having low health is exactly what I was afraid of. And that's why I'm kind of glad that I took him down now. Because when he's at low health, he explodes every turn. And I obtain the Monk Asterisk. Monk, a brute strength attacker. High HP and physical attack, powerful attacks with bare hands. Specialty, Knuckle Lore, Jaw Command, Martial Arts.
I lost? Impossible! Best 2 out of 3, huh?
Forget about it.
Oh, come on! Why you gotta be so cruel, Lydia?
Yes, yes, yes. Very cruel, very cold, and very commonplace. That she is. Yes, yes.
Why?
Fine then. We're out of here. Come on, Betty. How many times do I have to tell you? It's sweaty. Sweaty tracksuit. See you around, Lydia.
Sorry? Was that... Oh, my. You're the one in favor of separate education for boys and girls, aren't you? Oh, I've heard all about your stance from Superintendent Lee here. Oh, yes. Your ideals have thoroughly impressed me. Oh, yes, so splendid ideals. I'm quite committed to establishing Florum's new school with the genders divided, as nature intended.
I can't thank you enough, ma'am. And, what of Mr. Tracksuit? Will he be joining the faculty as well?
Ah, I see. Oh, yes, I do. It's only natural. Yes, it is. All that time fighting with each other, passions high as you fought for your ideals. Love blooms on the battlefield. Oh, what a joy! Don't let the good ones get away, my girl. Go running to his side right now. Go, go, go!
Yes, ma'am!
For all her statements, she does actually...
The right side? I'd say so. I mean, look at all the happy faces around us.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'd say you have a future in education, Idia. Perhaps I should come work at this new school of yours.
We're not
Don't
sticking
you start
around.
teasing me too. My tenure as interim superintendent ends today. Besides, what would you even teach?
Where to begin? Physics, ballistics, aerodynamics. All the subjects necessary for taking to the air and descending with force on an unsuspecting foe.
Whoa, that's some pretty heavy stuff.
And you expected any less of me?
I expected something different.
Yep.
I have a message here for Miss Einheria Venus.
A message? From whom? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Let's just hear it.
Yes, 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 she says it doesn't matter. So let's hear it, Prima, out loud, if you would.
Yes, ma'am. Allow me. Dear Einheria, I hope this letter finds you well. I must say your request has moved me. I would be delighted to have you as a student. I will instruct you in the womanly arts of flower arranging, tea ceremony, cooking, and of course how to manage a household of your own.
Huh?
That's quite enough. Consider the message delivered. No need to read any further.
Worry not. I promise that with time, we will make you into the kind of woman that any man would be proud to marry. Yours truly, the matriarch of Florum.
Wait, when you said you were here for your training...
Yep, that kind of training.
Yes, yes, indeed. It takes true training to be the perfect bride. You mustn't neglect your feminine side. Oh, don't you worry about a thing, dear. I believe in you. Yes, yes, yes. Even you can find a husband someday.
That must be so embarrassing.
Maybe you should let her go.
After all, an honorable warrior knows when to show mercy to the defeated.
Oh, that was funny. Hello, I'm Dragon Rider Luke. I'm a Christian streamer, and I'm always up for a friendly chat about my faith. I also think that it's important that people read or hear the Word of God frequently, so the next 5 minutes or so will be a chapter from the Bible. If it feels like I'm skipping around, that's because you're not watching my videos in stream order. Exodus 4. Moses answered, "What if they do not believe me, or listen to me, and say, 'The Lord did not appear to you'?" Then the Lord said to him, "What is that in your hand?" "A staff," he replied. The Lord said, "Throw it on the ground." Moses threw it on the ground, and it became a snake, and he ran from it. Then the Lord said to him, "Reach out your hand and take it by the tail." So Moses reached out and took hold of the snake, and it turned back into a staff in his hand. "This," said the Lord, "is so that they may believe that the Lord, the God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has appeared to you." Then the Lord said, "Put your hand inside your cloak." So Moses put his hand into his cloak, and when he took it out, the skin was leprous. It had become as white as snow. "Now put it back into your cloak," he said. So Moses put his hand back into his cloak, and when he took it out, it was restored, like the rest of his flesh. Then the Lord said, "If they do not believe you or pay attention to the first sign, they may believe the second. But if they do not believe these two signs or listen to you, take some water from the Nile and pour it on the dry ground. The water you take from the river will become blood on the ground." Moses said to the Lord, "Pardon your servant, Lord. I have never been eloquent, neither in the past nor since you have spoken to your servant. I am slow of speech and tongue." The Lord said to him, "Who gave human beings their mouths? Who makes them deaf or mute? Who gives them sight or makes them blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go, I will help you speak and will teach you what to say." But Moses said, "Pardon your servant, Lord. Please send someone else." Then the Lord's anger burned against Moses, and he said, "What about your brother, Aaron the Levite? I know he can speak well. He is already on his way to meet you, and he will be glad to see you. You shall speak to him and put words in his mouth. I will help both of you speak, and will teach you what to do. He will speak to the people for you, and it will be as if he were your mouth, and as if you were God to him. But take this staff in your hand, so you can perform the signs with it." Then Moses went back to Jethro, his father-in-law, and said to him, "Let me return to my own people in Egypt, to see if any of them are still alive." Jethro said, "Go, and I wish you well." Now the Lord had said to Moses and Midian, "Go back to Egypt, for all those who wanted to kill you are dead." So Moses took his wife and sons, put them on a donkey, and started back to Egypt, and he took the staff of God in his hand. The Lord said to Moses, "When you return to Egypt, see that you perform before Pharaoh all the wonders I have given you the power to do. But I will harden his heart so that he will not let the people go. Then say to Pharaoh, 'This is what the Lord says. Israel is my firstborn son, and I told you, let my son go so he may worship me. But you refused to let him go, so I will kill your firstborn son.'" At a lodging place on the way, the Lord met Moses and was about to kill him. But Zipporah took a flint knife, cut off her son's foreskin, and touched Moses' feet with it. "Surely you are a bridegroom of blood to me," she said. So the Lord let him alone. At that time she said, "the bridegroom of blood," referring to circumcision. The Lord said to Aaron, "Go into the wilderness to meet Moses." So he met Moses at the mountain of God and kissed him. Then Moses told Aaron everything the Lord had sent him to say, and also about all the signs he had commanded him to perform. Moses and Aaron brought together all the elders of the Israelites, and Aaron told them everything the Lord had said to Moses. He also performed the signs before the people, and they believed. And when they heard that the Lord was concerned about them and had seen their misery, they bowed down and worshipped. May God bless the reading of his word.
Clan and Nom, are these the remains of some great beast?
The woodland Orochi. Giant snakes worshipped by the people as the guardians of Flora.
Guardians? But then...
They were hunted, near to extinction, because someone wanted to weaken the strong faith that ruled Florum. As a result, the forest here began to wither, as did Florum's virtue.
This is the way to your village?
It is. Try not to wander. It's easy to lose your way.
Forest of the Sagitta. It's higher level. It's rated for a higher level than I am. Oh. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. It wouldn't even let me run. Ah. Yay. Really? Oh my goodness. Oh, come on! Ah! Oh, come on! I was right next. Alright, I'm going to pause here for a second, because I need...
Oh, well, this is no good.
What's the matter, idiot? Everyone's asleep except you.
I wish I was, but I can't.
You shouldn't have drunk so much tea before bedtime.
Wait, we're both awake at the very same time. It has to be fate, right?
Or a terrible omen.
So let's play a game! You know, to help us sleep.
A game?
Categories, and no words ending in vowels. First category is monsters. I go first. Scorpion!
Nightmare. Oh, Damage, that ends in a vowel. You win. Too bad for me. Good night.
Hey, wait, we were just getting started.
It's late. You girls should be asleep.
Oh gosh, sorry you. Did we wake you up?
Oh, you were talking pretty loud.
Now poor Tiz is awake too. Look what you've done.
I said I was sorry. But now that we're all up, let's play another game.
Quel enfant.
Next up, word association. Stay on the beat, okay? Here goes. Tent. 1, 2.
After tent comes adventure. 1, 2. After adventure comes dungeon. 1, 2.
After dungeon comes dark. 1, 2.
After dark comes night. 1, 2.
He's still
After
fully
night
awake.
comes sweet, sweet sleep. Right, sir. Nighttime means sleep.
No argument from me. Bonne nuit, everyone.
Huh? Wait, guys, what about the game? Oh, you guys are no fun.
Save. Yes, finally.
And here we are.
It just looks like more forest to me. Is there really a village around here?
Why don't you watch and see? Sésame, ouvre-toi.
He said open sesame.
Wow, the path just...
That's amazing! How does it work? Come on, tell me.
I'm afraid that's strictly confidential.
Ha! Too bad for you, I already memorized it. Shazam! Uber tall!
No, that's not it. Say some over the wall.
Looks like your secret is safe with us.
It seems so. Shall we proceed?
There's a cannon for you. Sagitta, village in the sky.
The village. The whole village is floating.
Get a load of that cannon!
What's the matter, you? You look positively green.
He's afraid of heights.
Don't look down.
What was that? I couldn't hear you.
You got me, okay? I'm afraid of heights.
Good thing it's your only fear, huh?
I have returned, Elder. And I've brought some fascinating guests.
Lotus has told me your tale. I thank you for coming, Moonfarer. And your companions as well, of course. I am Sirius, Elder and Chief of the Sagitta. I must say, I never truly believed there might be people on the moon. Our people have been raised to believe that we once came from the moon, though most thought it mere legend. And our duty, to defeat Baal. The technology and weaponry to do so, passed down by our ancestors. No Baal appeared in my father's time, nor in his father's before him. To think it would come in mine. As soon as that fiend came within range, we unleashed the fury of our arms. but the beast survived our attack and fled.
That's what brought me to Florum. I thought I could track the ball's movements.
Yes. When next we find the beast, our aim will be true. We will blow that ball and the castle that holds it clear out of the sky.
Just a moment. Someone very important to us is inside that castle.
What's this you say? That is unfortunate indeed, and yet it does not change what we must do.
What?
This is our sworn mission, passed down among my people for generations untold. Duty calls, and we cannot turn our backs on it.
But... it's Onyas!
I have heard everything, my friends. Do not concern yourself with me. If you have the power to fell the beast, then let it be done. If giving my life will save our world, I'd gladly give it.
What are you saying? That's unacceptable and you know it. We're not just going to stand by and let you sacrifice yourself.
We're Onyas' Avengers, remember?
That's right. We already made up our minds. We're saving you and defeating the ball.
Please, Elder. Can't you give us just a little more time?
We only need enough time to rescue Onyas.
No, I fear the risk is too great. The next time the ball comes within range, we will fire. If you would save your friend in the castle, I suggest you save her quickly.
I am sorry, my friends. This is what we were put here to do.
We can't blame you for doing your duty, but we have a duty of our own to perform.
That's right! We'll storm the Skyhold and save Onyas!
But now, how will we get there in time?
We're going to need to find a way to get airborne.
Okay. I will help as best I can. Together, we will find a way. Surely we have something useful here. Just let me know.
Hey, you. Let's check out the cannon first.
You think? Well, I suppose we've got to start somewhere.
A boy's dreams, a man's fears. Come on, this way, hurry! Wait, I'm coming too. What in the world is going on? You two are as giddy as children in a toy shop. And why wouldn't we be? That's like the world's biggest cannon right there! Exactly! A huge weapon like that, it's any boy's dream. Any boy and Idia? You betcha! It's the boy's dream that even girls can dream about. I am not sure that I follow, but I am happy to see you take an interest in our technology. Lotus, do you do all the work maintaining that huge cannon on your own? I most certainly do. It is a difficult job, but a most fulfilling one. Talk about a dream job! What I wouldn't give to be your assistant engineer! Yes. I suppose it is the dream job of any boy with an interest in mechanics and machines. And yes, it is true that even the toughest tasks do not seem so trying when you have a dream to support you. Be it battling a ball or working thousands of feet up in the air, nothing is quite as scary when you do it for your dreams. Thousands of feet? Up in the air? What's the matter, you? Come on, Mr. Assistant Engineer. I'm gonna leave you behind. You go on ahead. I have to, polish my boots. Or something.
Papa! Tu es revenu!
J'espère que tu as été sage, Procyon. Behaving and doing what your grandfather tells you?
Of course, Papa! C'est qui ces gens? Ils ont des habits rigolos.
These are our guests, Procyon. Don't be rude.
Your son?
Yes, my only boy. He's quite a handful. Don't ask me where he gets it from.
That's good. Means he's healthy.
Sure, as long as he doesn't break his neck first.
I didn't figure you for the overprotective type.
My wife, may she rest in peace, was the elder's only child. The future of our people depends on him.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to...
No, it's fine. Times heal the wounds.
Papa, pourquoi il a une coiffure bizarre, le monsieur?
Je t'ai dit de ne pas être si grossier. Ça doit être à la mode chez eux.
No, it's
Ce
bedhead.
n'est pas du tout le cas, vous savez. Oh, she speaks our language. I most certainly do, despite my strange looks. Sorry about that.
Now you see why I told you to be polite, huh?
It's alright. Even I think my hair looks funny. But I can't get it to do anything else.
Tiz, you could understand us?
I could kinda guess somehow.
He was staring
What
at
a riot
Tiz,
you
so...
bunch are.
So, Mr. Lotus, about this cannon.
Oh, right. You had your eyes on the SP cannon. A true technological marvel, this. It converts the energy we call SP into a burning ray of immense power. Of the many weapons passed down among the Sagitta, it is by far the most potent.
Huh. So that explains the beam and those enormous SP ratings. Still, it's huge. We had nothing of this scale on the moon. Did you build it here?
Oh no, it was not us. It has always been here, since the days of legend. Our people have lived in its shadow for centuries, that the day might come when we use it to shoot down the ball.
SP cannon, huh?
I've got it. How's about you shoot us out of this thing over to the skyhold?
That would vaporize you.
Dans 1000 morceaux? Try to think of something that won't kill you.
Oh, really? I thought it was a pretty good idea.
He said you'd be
think it
blasted
over,
into 1,000
come and take a look at
pieces.
this.
What's that?
That there is our SP storage tank. See those beds down below?
It is sleep
We collect
points.
SP for storage from the folks who sleep down there.
You gather and store SP... Just a moment. What exactly is SP anyway?
Good question. The truth is, even we don't entirely understand. But it's said that SP is energy produced by the flow of time. You know how energy can be harnessed from the flow of water or wind, yes? Same with SP. But it's harnessed from the flow of time, as far as we know.
It is? Believe it or not, I never knew that. Then perhaps this hourglass operates on the same principle?
Hourglass, you say?
It can also collect and store SP. In fact, it seems to do it all automatically.
Incroyable. Such a small device can store SP? And you don't even need to sleep? Could you let me have a look at it?
Be my guest.
Ooh la la. What are all these scratches and dings? It looks like it might fall apart at any moment.
I guess we have been a bit rough with it.
We, huh?
Murder.
I might be able to fix it up for you. What do you say?
Spoken like a true engineer.
It'll be just a quick welding job, and it would be my pleasure.
That did not
Voila.
sound like welding.
Take a gander.
Oh, it's gold now! What else did you upgrade?
Sorry, all I did was fix up the casing. It may not be exciting, but it's the best I can do with the knowledge we have.
It's more than enough. Thank you, Lotus.
I've got it. What if it were possible to use SP to fly?
No.
Please, Mr. Lotus, we need to know more about how SP works. Do you know where we can find the earliest records of the Sagitta? They just might have the answers we seek.
If there's any such thing, it would be in the ruins of Old Sagitta. It's a bit of a hike, but I can guide you. Let me mark your map.
Thank you very much.
Procyon, you should come as well. You should get to know our past, that you may guide the Sagitta wisely into the future.
And there's nobody there, so that's going to be... as soon as I walk up there, it'll start the side quest. So instead of doing that, we're going to stop here. So when we come back next time, we will be doing whatever this side quest is, and then figuring out, heading over to Old Sagitta. At any rate, that's going to be all for today, so thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.